all, my name's Abby, and today I'm going to be leading you through something a little different. We're going to do something fun. This has been bringing me so much joy recently. I've been working on my inversions, and I worked with an instructor. Her name is Hannah. I'll link her information below. Amazing. She taught me the one thing that unlocked my arm balances, and I am so appreciative. So today I got a little inspiration and I wanted to share with you my practice that I typically do for a little bit of inversion practice. So it's going to incorporate a bit of balancing, a bit of opening through the body and core strengthening, and then we're going to hop into it and do a little decompression. So this is in no way a full length practice. This is just something you can add on to maybe the end of your workout or the end of your yoga flow to get that extra, push, punch. Let's go. So I'm super excited. We'll hop right into it. So we're gonna get started on our mats, just in a nice tall seat. So make your way there. You can roll the shoulders down your back. We're gonna get started by just opening up through the neck and the wrists. So you can start to make these big rolls of your neck all the way around. Lifting your chin up toward the sky, ear towards your shoulder, and then chin down towards your chest in one direction. Before you start to reverse that direction, just a couple here, getting out any crooks or cracks. And then we'll return the head back towards center and just rolling out through the wrists a bit. We are going to be placing a bit of weight on the wrists today, depending on the variation you decide to take. So it's nice to have them all warmed up. Maybe you flex your hand against one of your other hands, taking a little bit of a wrist stretch in the opposite direction. Just find what works here. And when you feel ready, we're going to meet on all fours in a tabletop position. So we'll make our way there. In your tabletop, as always, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath your hip points. We'll start to move through a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, and exhale to round through your spine. You can start to make these cat-cow shapes look a little bit more fluid, working for your body. Maybe you take some circles in one direction, and then perhaps you start to move in the other direction. You can also move your fingertips in different directions, again, getting into the wrists. Just notice where you're at here. We'll slowly start to make our way back to that flat back tabletop position, and we're going to take a little bit of an opening through the hips. So you're going to take your right knee out toward the side and just start to make some giant circles here with your knee. Opening up toward the right, up toward the sky, and back. This hip opening is going to be really helpful later on in the class. So maybe you move in one direction before you slowly start to move in the opposite direction. And then after you've moved a couple of times here, you're going to extend your leg back. We're going to take a few bird dogs. So you'll extend the left fingertips forward. Straight line from your lifted heel to fingertips. We'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, curl elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale to curl in. Continue here with your breath. These exhales are super powerful in the core. The belly button will hug up and in. Exhale. 3 more deep breath in. Exhale. Digging through your right fingertips as your left fingertips are hovering. 1 more. Exhale in. We'll inhale to extend. And exhale, plant your hand, plant your knee, maybe a round of cat-cow. On the next breath from flat back, you'll extend your left knee out toward the side. Start to make those big circles here. Opening up through the left hip crease. Notice maybe there's a little more tightness on this side. Just work with it. See what's up. I'm always tighter on my left side, so I like to spend a little bit of extra time here. And then you can start to reverse the direction. And when you're ready, we'll make our way back to that bird dog. So the left leg extends this time, right arm extends. We'll take a deep breath in, find length. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl in. Continue here with your breath. Again, digging through the left fingertips, providing yourself a nice steady base here. Maybe even a slight bend in the left elbow. Stay with your breath. 3 more deep breath in. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale to crunch. Last one. And exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hands plant. We're gonna crawl the hands back toward the knees, taking a little more core activation until we really jump into it. So we're gonna plant the hands beneath the shoulders, press into the tops of your feet. We're gonna lift the knees in toward the nose as the hips go up toward the sky. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Really noticing that engagement of your core. Belly button pulling up and in. Fingertips are digging back. Shoulders are super strong. I got super cracky shoulders, so you'll probably hear them throughout this class. We're here for just 3. For 2. Last one. Hold it up for 3. For 2. You've got it. 1, and we'll lower it down. Walk your hands out. We'll step the feet back, downward facing dog. In your down dog, you can pedal out through the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe you bend both knees, lengthening through the spine. Every time I do that, I get a nice crack in my upper back. Beautiful. Slowly start to melt your heels down to the floor. We'll take a deep breath in and an exhale. The next breath in, gaze forward. And as you exhale, forward fold. Step your feet behind your wrists. Allow your upper body to hang heavy. Maybe you interlace wrists and opposite elbows. Maybe you interlace them behind your head. Just finding a little bit of length through the hamstrings here. We'll take one more deep breath in. Exhale, release your hands down to the floor. The next breath in is a slow roll all the way up to stand. Roll the shoulders down your back. We'll take a deep breath in, reach tall. Exhale, forward fold, melt your chest down. Inhale to find length, halfway lift, shoulders together and back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach tall, gaze lifts. Exhale, arms by your sides. Take that one more time just to warm up. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find length, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, arms rest by your sides. The next breath in, we'll take chair pose. Sink your hips low, reach your arms high. Drive down through the heels. Maybe the toes can hover for a second. We'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, left knee in towards your chest, one-legged mountain pose. We're gonna do a little bit of balancing here. I find that when I balance in my lower body, I can find balance easier when I go upside down. So from here, maybe you stay, maybe you extend the leg forward. From here, with the leg either bent or extended, take the hands to touch up overhead. We'll take a deep breath in. As you exhale, the knee is going to bend. Maybe you bend at the elbows, taking the thumbs back towards your neck. Inhale to extend. Exhale to bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale to bend. Fire truck. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Super strong in that right glute. For 3. For 2, belly button hugging in. And 1, we'll extend, bend through your knee. The arms are gonna come right in front of you, so they're parallel with one another. We're gonna do a little bit of a dynamic movement to find balance. So from here, we'll take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, right arm will come out as the left knee comes out toward the left. So you're having these opposite movements. The right is to the right, left leg is to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to open up. Left arm stays forward. Inhale. Exhale to open. Inhale forward. Exhale back. For 3. Exhale. For 2, straight long spine. Last one, deep breath in. Exhale to open. Inhale to reach tall, one-legged mountain. And exhale, we'll step it back, high crescent lunge. So the back heel is lifted, reaching the arms high as the shoulders roll down your back. We'll take one breath in. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Reach the right arm back, left arm forward. Maybe the right hand comes to your left thigh for exalted, just for a breath. The next breath in, reach tall. And as you exhale, straighten through your front leg as you fold your chest forward. Again, stretching through the hamstring. You'll square the hips forward as you pull your right hip back, left hip will press forward. Maybe you play around with a few halfway lifts and exhales to fold. We'll take one more deep breath in here, high oats. And on your exhale, wide-legged fold. Start to crawl your hands over toward the center of your mat. You can allow your feet to heel toe out a little bit if you'd like. You got options here. So now that you're here, you can take this simply as it is, wide-legged fold. If you want to play around with a tripod headstand, that's also cool too. For a tripod headstand, you're going to think about having chaturanga in the arms. So the hands are going to be a little bit wider than your shoulders. Maybe you can take your head down to the floor. You can stay here, little weight in the head, a lot of weight in the feet and hands at this point. Maybe you start to bring a little bit of bend into your knees. Maybe you heel toe them in a little bit. Perhaps you can rest your knees on the tops of your arms and maybe even begin to extend your legs up overhead. Find your balance here. When you arrive, you can play around with any variation in the legs. Maybe they open up. Maybe you tap side to side. Steady your breath. When you feel ready, we'll slowly come down. Good work, y'all. We'll inhale to lengthen, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale, low lunge to the back of your mat. Hands are going to frame your left foot. And from here, we'll come into that high crescent. Reach your arms high up overhead. Deep breath in to find length. Exhale for your twist. Left arm back, right arm forward. Maybe you exalt your twist with the right arm up overhead. Steady your breath. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, high crescent. And exhale, straighten and fold over your left leg. Maybe you can start to square the hips as the inner thighs isometrically draw in toward one another. Maybe you play around with those halfway lifts. And when you feel ready, on the next breath in, we'll bend through the front knee. Maybe you start to come back into that one-legged mountain pose, right knee in towards your chest. Again, from here, we've got that dynamic movement. You know what's up. So you can you can bring that bend into your knee. Maybe you extend. Wherever you are, the arms are going to come up overhead. You can take the hands to touch up overhead. As you inhale, we're going to extend the leg, extend the arms. As you exhale, bend the knee, bend the arms. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to bend. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, bend. Stay here with your breath, finding a little bit of connection with the breath to the movements. The exhales can really help you find stability. Balancing the breath is also really key in finding balance in these inversions. We'll take about 2 more here. And on your next breath in, we'll meet with that knee bent. The arms are going to come forward. From here, we've got that opening in opposite direction. So again, the right knee will come out, the left arm will extend, right hand stays forward. Inhale back through center, and exhale, open up. Inhale to center, exhale to open. Super strong through that standing left leg. We're just here for 3, for 2, last 1. The next breath in is chair pose, sink low. Exhale, forward fold, melt it down. Inhale, find length, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. We'll step for a hop. Maybe it's high to low for you. Maybe it's straight to downward facing dog. For this practice, if you want to get yourself close to a wall, totally respect that. I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple of different options. So, first things first, we're going to be starting with forearm stand, just to get ourselves used to having a little bit more support on the ground before we head into handstand. So for forearm stand, you can drop your forearms down to the ground, elbows directly beneath your shoulders. We'll start in a dolphin pose. This can be a lot. So if this is a lot for you, just take it as it is. You don't have to add on, you don't have to do anything else. This is prepping your body for what you have to get used to in order to get into forearm stand. So option to stay, option to take your left ankle over your right, as we start to lift the right heel up to the sky and lower it down. You can exhale to lift and inhale to lower. Maybe you continue here with the breath. Maybe you take a couple on that side before switching to the other side. We're gonna be here for just a little bit more time. If you do want to play around with going straight into your forearm stand, you can, again, find your placement in the arms and maybe decide, do I want to kick up? See if you can kick up with one of your legs. Think about that back leg as being a teeter-totter, so it doesn't have to be super straight. A lot of times it's easy to go up and think, I have to be straight, I have to be straight. But if you let yourself have a little bit of room to be loose with it, it can be a little easier. So think about letting the back leg go loose before you make your way up. Steady your breath. We're here for about 2 more breaths. When you're ready, you can make your way down. We'll take a puppy pose. Crawl the hands forward. Hips can go high as you shift your chest down toward the floor. Let it out. Begin to soften your breath, softening through your face, releasing any frustrations, giving yourself this time to just explore. And when you feel ready, which might not be yet, but when you do feel ready, we're going to start to play around with our handstand. So, options. Option 1, I recommend starting against a wall. So we're going to find our way against a wall. If you don't have a wall, that's okay. What I recommend, if you don't have a wall, take your hands underneath your shoulders. You can press to down dog and then slowly start to crawl your feet forward a bit so that maybe you can stack your shoulders over your wrists. Maybe you come onto your tippy toes. You can do the same thing where you take one ankle on top, you lower, you lift. Maybe you can play around with jumping one leg up, letting it be. If you want to work on strengthening here, finding stability without relying on a wall behind you, I recommend going to a wall and you're going to measure the length from your heel to your hip. Once you have that, plant one of your hands and then we're going to turn around. So you'll turn around so that you're facing the wall. Hands again beneath your shoulders, fingertips wide as you dig through the fingertips. And then when you're ready, you start to crawl the feet up the wall in line with your hips so that you're in this L shape. Once you reach the L shape, you can stay. Maybe you lift one leg. Maybe you play around with taking the other leg off the wall. See if you can bring your gaze between your hands. Find that belly button engagement, belly button to core, belly button to spine for your core engagement. Slight bend in the elbows as the shoulders reach away from your ears. You can stay here. Maybe you decide, I want to play around without a wall. You can start to play. Again, maybe you can find that sense of release through the lifted leg. So giving yourself enough room to play around with it. You can hop, taking little L kicks. So again, you can, if you're taking that L shape, maybe you switch out the legs, Releasing the opposite leg as you lift the other leg up to the sky. Steady your breath. Notice the contraction of your core muscles, that digging sensation through the fingertips. And when you feel ready, we'll slowly come out of this, again melting into that puppy pose. Soften your breath. And when you feel ready, we'll come forward into a Sphinx pose. You can drop your hips down toward the floor, elbows underneath your shoulders, palms to the floor. Find a sense of activation here, pulling the fingertips and elbows back as the chest finds a nice opening, shoulders together. Maybe you start to find some neck circles here in one direction and the other. Find that every time I practice my inversions, my neck's all so maybe you can find that release here. And when you feel ready, we're gonna drop down to the belly, extend your right arm to the side, almost in a half T shape. We'll take the left fingertips to the floor as we allow our weight to go over that right shoulder. Allow your body to find a little bit of rest here. So I really just wanted to produce this class so that you have a little bit of an idea of the types of work that you can integrate into your own inversion practice. We're going to switch sides. So the left arm extends, right hand plants. We'll shift over that left side. But yeah, you can take these, you can practice them, play around with them for a little bit longer if you'd like. You know, everyone has a different starting point, so it's always nice to find what works for you and take it at your own pace. I like to play around with these drills, and today I had a lot of fun with it. I brought him to the gym and I did it for like 30 minutes and everyone watched me fall and stuff, and it was super fun. I had a really good time with it, so I hope that these can bring you a little bit of fun. When you're ready, we're gonna make our way back through center, press our hips back towards our heels, child's pose for just a moment. Reconnect with yourself, find a sense of groundedness here. And when you feel ready, we'll start to press our way up into a seat. I'm gonna make my way, meander my way to the center of my mat. You can stay wherever you are. We're just gonna take a breath together. So roll the shoulders down your back. We'll inhale to circle sweep. Reach your arms high, gaze up toward your fingers. Maybe there's a pop in your back. And we'll exhale, hands through heart. Thank y'all so much for tagging along with this fun little short flow. I don't know about show, but I broke a sweat. That was fun. If you enjoy practices that are a little bit shorter, feel free to like this video, give me an idea of what you're looking for. I typically post flows that are a bit longer, like hour-long vinyasa flows, but I noticed that y'all really enjoyed my stretchy recovery flow, which would be an awesome addition to this one because we did a lot and it's nice to find a sense of decompression. So I'll link that video below. But yeah, if you were interested in this or you liked it or found anything good about it, feel free to like, subscribe. I post new videos every week, so feel free to find me here next week, next Sunday. I'll see y'all. And happy inverting. Good luck. I'm really happy to be able to share this with you, and I'm excited to see where we can all progress, because I've noticed just in the last week that the more I stick with it, the more value I get out of it. And I've really been progressing quite quickly because I'm committed to it, and I'd love to see and hear from you if you found that you've been able to progress in a new way. And yeah, if you're interested in connecting with me, find me on Instagram at @AbigailLair. You can also check out my website if you're interested in Thai body work or yoga, or anything else that I like to do. Thank y'all so much for sharing your practice with me today. This short and sweet, cute and quirky little guy, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Hope to see you next time. Bye.